Okay, Hunter Lawrence, Motocross the Nation's something you're very familiar with, but little different this time. 1, 2, 3 defending champions.
Yeah.
It's only early Friday morning, so we're not fully in this yet. But does it feel different at all?
We're here back in the States. I am favoured to liking the nations in Europe. The setups and stuff, it's nice. And it's like a holiday for us, so I do favour that. That's about the only difference. I mean, Friday morning it's busy, not crazy busy yet. Yesterday was quiet. Where Madeley last year, Thursday was already like going on. So it's a little more calm, I'd say. As far as differences, the 1, 2, 3 defending, it's really, really cool. Does it feel different? No, not really. Still going out there for a race. I'm excited. Yeah, I mean, it's so, like, I'm not even checked in yet. Like, honestly, like, it's still so relaxed and chill. We got the motorhomes and it's just really cruisy vibes. We got start practice later today. And then even tomorrow, it's just practice, free practice, a 40-minute free practice session and then the quali race. So it's like, you know, a lot of life to live before we even think about racing.
Maybe it's too early then to throw this at you, but to me, it feels so different, special. There's just something in the air. No, you're off? Okay. Well, I was going to say,
no, I mean,
I don't know how we get this vibe at every single race. Because I come here and I'm like, this is what we can be.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. I don't know.
I do like the pit lane.
Oh.
Pit lane, skybox. I think that to me gives it the aura, the wow factor, in my opinion. That's like this feels like a big race. And I was surprised how many campers were driving in, like the paddocks over the back. Like, it's not that busy for the National, so the fact it's already that busy is special. It's cool. I think we'll see the vibe get cranked up a little bit as we get past lunchtime here today. But it's pretty mellow right now. At least for me, it feels like. But you probably have a better perspective. You're doing laps around here. You're getting more of a vibe. So
I spent an hour and a half with Jeremy yesterday. Maybe that's it.
Maybe that's it.
I peaked at that point.
Yeah, you peaked at that point. You could just...
Fucking, honestly, I tell you.
That's good. But
no, your vibe will be actually coming up or down here shortly based on the ballot.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
I think... I don't know. I feel like we've never really been that fortunate in the ballot, to be honest, for the quali race. But we have the quali race to turn it around, right? The start's a pretty level start. I was saying during this week, it looks, geez, touch wood or whatever I can touch. The weather looks pretty good this weekend. I feel like we haven't had a Nations in a long time where you can do a normal start off the mesh. Normally it's wet and you're trying to half in between so you don't spin. So, like, good start, level start, I feel like. The ballot, it is what it is. We got quali race tomorrow afternoon to sort out. That's always cool. Everyone's sort of eager to see, you know, the racing. The Euros are eager to see how the American riders race against the Euro. You know, like, there's always that. Let's face it, it's like the American versus the rest of the world, Europe, right? Yeah. Like the American riders versus that. So it'll be interesting. Be good. I think it's going to be a good weekend.
Have you gone and looked at the start yet?
Not yet. I just seen the photo on Instagram.
I was just wondering if we have American mesh or the GP mesh. Or...
It's a good point. I'd say it's probably GP mesh. Like at Red Bud, it was GP mesh.
Yeah.
I'd say they would. I mean, they got how many flight cases? They send stuff all over.
They hustle.
They hustle. They get stuff where they need to be, right? So.
With MXGP specs, is your bike any different? Like, can you notice any sort of performance difference? Yeah,
the sound. I mean, actually, the sound's not a major difference for us. Our bike's not a very loud bike anyway. It's pretty quiet. Obviously we run a different exhaust system and different fuel, lesser octane fuel. The Monday the bike felt pretty similar. Then Wednesday the track was a lot heavier and I'm like, oh, okay, there I noticed the difference. But other than that, yeah, it's all right.
Last thing on the personal side, there's a lot of people here you haven't seen in a long time, a lot of people I'm sure you want to catch up with. You also have a job to do. So how do you balance work and personal? Because even I struggle with it this weekend. So for you, I can imagine.
I think you have a busier schedule than what we do. I mean, we're getting pulled every which way. That's fair to say. Like, we're doing media obligations and, you know, in fronts pulling us this way. They haven't seen us for a while. And then we've got other stuff to do as well. And But I mean, there's so much time between riding sessions and stuff compared to what we're used to. Like, you know, the American time schedule.
And again,
on a
this is
Saturday.
better. I prefer this.
Yeah,
I
like it's way more low heart rate. It's good, man. See familiar faces. We met a lot of great people, and we spent our time in Europe. So it's cool to see the people that we like. Yeah, it's cool. It's a nice event to end the year on.
Okay, Ken Roczen and the Motocross of Nations once again. This is kind of your event. You always step up here, perform. How do you like Germany's chances this year? You've got a world champion on the team. As always, the third rider is a little bit questionable, but Spies is good. Spies is capable.
Yeah, I think if we all get our crap together, I think we have a really good chance of doing well. It's a little bit hard for expectations. Me personally, I didn't have a whole lot of motocross prep. Really, the last time I rode was Untitled, so I wish I would come in a little bit more guns blazing, knowing what to, just knowing that I have a bunch of moto time under my belt, which I don't, but I've done this many, many times, and I'm going to try and rise to the occasion. Obviously, we have a strong team, and I think after tomorrow, practice and the qualifying race, I think we have a much better idea of where we stack up. But yeah, I'm just trying to enjoy it. I've done this many, many years, and it's always a pleasure coming here, and this was a really quick travel trip, so that makes it a lot more enjoyable too, so I'm excited.
I know you said, I know your prep isn't as good as 2023 NA, but what about compared to last year? How are we still behind even 2024 prep?
Yeah, I mean, last year I definitely feel like I rode a bit more moto than now, because I had that truck race last week, so since Super Motocross in Vegas, I haven't really had much seat time at all, so I'm kind of just showing up. But like I said, we've done this many times, and I'm sure that I can make something happen. It's obviously 2023 was ideal for me coming in. I mean, I guess at that point I also said I didn't really know what to expect, but at least I was riding a lot more moto throughout the summer. I wasn't racing, and I wasn't hurt. I think that was ultimately the main thing why I ended up being so good. Last year I came back from injury. I mean, I know it's been a minute now, but with the ankle as well, like I'm still a bit behind even in Supercross. Yeah. So, but this is great practice for me. We're racing, and this is a busy event. So it's just, man, it's a tough one for me to answer, honestly.
I feel like you've recommitted to this event. So now looking back, do you regret missing all of those years in the 2010s?
No, I don't really regret. I honestly don't really look back. There was a reason I didn't end up doing it. I wasn't up for it. So, yeah, it's just part of the career, you know what I mean? I've been pro now for quite some time, and you just have some years where it's a little bit more difficult, whether that's team changes or whatever. So, but nonetheless, I mean, we're here now. We've been here for the last few years again, and I'm going to try and do this for as long as I can.
How is it for you to manage the work side this weekend and the personal side? Because for any old MXGP guy, there's a lot of people to catch up with, a lot of people that want to say hello, and obviously you want to speak to them too, but you still have a job to do. So how hard is it to cut the limit, I guess?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, Renaux was really the first time I've been back to Europe in quite some time, and I would say an MXGP setting. So that was really, really, really busy and kind of draining, to be honest. So I'm going to try and just stay a little bit, I guess, low on the radar, you know what I mean, and just try to stay as relaxed as possible. This is busy. There's a lot of people, and we have a lot of obligations, but I try to take it in and enjoy that at the same time. Finally,
you re-signed with Suzuki, which we kind of all knew it was going in that direction. What about the interest from other teams? I know there was one factory team that at least made the call. Were there any other offers that were of interest to you, or what? How did that kind of play out with the other teams?
No, not really. Honestly, it's been a bit of a, I'm very tied to Red Bull and Fox. I've been with them for so long now that, because of that, there's really not a whole lot of. I mean, I always say nothing's impossible, but I am trying to stay loyal to the people that have supported me for many, many years. So, having said that, it just makes it slims the team side down a little bit, but also me and Larry and the team, we've worked really hard to build our base, and now that Japan is jumping back on board, I think it's the smartest decision for me when it comes to results, and yeah, just doing the smartest decision, and that's what I did.
Antonio Cairoli, obviously you've known that you're going to be on Team Italy for a while now. I haven't seen so much riding footage of you on Instagram, so how's the prep been? What have you been up to?
Yeah, actually, we have been after Millville, when I burned my ass, let's say, I had a month stop because it didn't heal so well. So let's say beginning of September, I start to ride again quite a lot. But August was a bit of a struggle with this injury that I had. So yeah, last month was good. So I'm happy. We made some improvement this week also on the bike. Again, with some parts that I request, when I was racing, and then we together with Factory Connection, we had some good feedbacks this week. So I'm happy to put it on the race track this weekend.
I guess your ask is why you didn't race for the last couple of Pro Motocross and you didn't come back.
Yeah, I mean the injury was. I thought was healing quite better, but then it took quite like a month, so I couldn't really ride because it gets worse and worse. So in the end, I want to ride more races, but yeah, I say okay, since I'm selected for MX on, let's focus on that and see what we can do. Of course, next year I would like to do more races here in US. We are trying to figure it out what's going to be possible, and then we will see. Because I had some fun and I had some job undone, let's say, from what I put on myself, my goals, let's say.
Yeah, I don't know if it's all US, but someone told me you were thinking of like 7 or 8 races next year. So
yeah, I don't know. We are still figuring it out. Also, what the team gonna do with the sponsors and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a moment that we have to just settle a bit and see when things are done. Then we plan stuff.
What sort of testing did you do this week? Purely suspension or chassis and engine?
Yeah, engine is quite. I'm riding a MXGP spec this weekend, which is
first time?
not a standard, let's say.
Yeah.
Because I was riding standards engineer when I was racing Pro Motocross, and then after I get this little update with this engine thing, and which is helping a bit in a few things. So I'm racing for the first time this engine, and then suspension and chassis wise we are working on different things and different measurements of stuff. So yeah, we have some updates, let's say.
Is everything still going in a good direction? You still feel like you're listened to? Everything's still as you want it to be?
Yes, of course. Together with Factory Connection, we have the same ideas and same directions of things. So this is good, and I'm really happy. I can work with them and try to help also the bike here a bit to improve. My job until last year, let's say when I come here in June, was to develop the standard bike, which was on sale on July. From after that, we are working a bit on a race bike, let's say. So yeah, quite nice.
It seems like it would be really helpful if you could get Factory Connection to Europe to do full-time testing with them. It seems like that's where you're making the biggest steps.
Yeah, for sure. It's on the wheel, of course, of them to expand a bit the views in other things. But yeah, it's complicated a bit. It's you need to have right people also there, and it's not easy. But we are doing things step by step, and actually a bit slow with improving. But this is important. We are improving. So this is.
Last thing, Team Italy. Realistic predictions for this weekend? Is a podium possible?
Realistic prediction, our goal is the podium, of course. We know it's maybe one of the toughest motocross of nations. A lot of teams are on a really, really good level. But yeah, of course, top 5 would be amazing still. That's the goal. But I think podium, in a lot of circumstances, motocross of nations have done a lot of surprises during the year, so we will see.
Maxime Renaux, we're here at the Motocross of Nations. You've had a difficult year with injuries, bike struggles. So are you 100% here, or are you kind of still working your way back to your best level?
Yeah, surely working my way back to 100%. We came in the season quite good, winning in Argentina, and then it has been a really tough season. But definitely, as much as I race, I get better. So it's getting back. I won't say I'm 100%, but I'm getting there.
Have you been happy with the bike at all this year? I know you moved to the 2022 frame at the start, but since then, has it just been constant tinkering and trying to find comfort?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle. I couldn't find myself so well on the bike, but we've been working to find the setting. Obviously, the injuries didn't help because being injured on the bike never helps finding the good setup. So it has been a struggle, but definitely Yamaha tries to find something, but I don't think we're here yet, so we need to keep working, obviously. Yeah.
Where does the struggle come from? Why is it harder to get comfortable this year compared to last year and the year before? What changes?
Yeah, the main thing is the starts, first of all, because we've barely got a whole shot this year. So we know how important the starts are in GP. My physical condition for sure also is something very important, which I didn't have for the whole season. But then I would say, yeah, maybe the bike was a bit too demanding on some spots, and I had really to be very careful because it would bite me quite fast, let's say. So it's more of a, I think the bike is possible to perform, but somehow sometimes can get a bit dangerous, like get some reactions which I don't really expect or don't really want. So we try to work our best now, and hopefully it's going to be good on this track.
Argentina at the start of the year, then that was just one of those magic weekends where it all worked perfectly, and since then you've just never found that feeling?
Yeah, exactly. Argentina worked really well. But I think I was just so good coming out of the winter. I just really trained hard, and I had no injuries throughout the whole winter. So that helped, to come in confident and also riding well. Even though, at the debriefing after the race in Argentina, I was not fully satisfied of the bike. I had already some complaints, even though I went winning the GP. But yeah, definitely the physical shape made it happen.
Do you think going to the 22 frame was helpful, or actually over the whole season it would have been better just to stick with the original package?
Yeah, actually it was not really fully the 22 frame. That has been a rumor that in Europe they were quite spreading. We had a prototype frame with Yamaha. It took some how can I say,
some parts from 22?
Exactly. But it was not fully the same. Actually, I was feeling really good on my, especially on the front ending. I had more handling on the front and more feeling with my front of the bike. So I don't think staying on the standard frame would have helped me. But now they developed a new frame for 26, which is quite good. I was actually quite surprised when I tested it a couple of weeks ago, and it looks like they fixed a little bit the problems which we had on 25 frames. So yeah, they made a step forward.
You tested the new frame but haven't raced it yet?
No, haven't raced it. It's not in the plan. 26 stay for 26, and we keep the same package for this season.
All of your injuries, everything going on with your body at the moment, what's the biggest problem? Like, what issue are you feeling the most?
I feel still a bit my hand because I have quite a lot of iron in there. I have a couple of plates and I think 12 pins inside, so it's sometimes tingling a little bit. But it's okay. I'm gonna get rid of the material after the season. And also my hip is getting back to 100%, but obviously if I put my foot down quite hard, I can have a bit of it can remind me that there's still something. So I will get all checked up obviously after the season to start fresh and new for the new season. Last
question, were you always committed to coming to this race, or would it actually be helpful for you to be at home resting, recovering and resetting?
Always full commitment for this race. It's for me one of the nicest events of the year. Being able to ride the same track than everyone from the world, the best riders from the world, being able to share track with the Americans, the Australians, which are really strong. It's always an honor. So yeah, it's great to be here, and hopefully we can battle them. And especially now we are on their land, so I think they will be really tough customers. But we're gonna give everything we have.
Paul Jonass, our first interview for 2 years, so this is a very emotional moment. How are you feeling coming into the Nations? You've got a strong team, you've had a couple of rounds now back from injury. Feeling good?
Yeah, feeling good. Nice to see you after 2 years.
Special, you fought
special
back
moment.
tears.
That's the only reason why I wanted to do the Motocross Nations, was
Obviously.
to see Luis for sure. No, I'm feeling good. Excited to be here. Actually, I've never done the Nations in US, so it'll be a new experience also for me, and it's pretty nice. Generally, the track is looking good. I'm feeling good. The bike is looking good, and from the Kawasaki USA, also the hospitality is really nice here, and yeah, I'm enjoying it so far.
I looked at this week, but I can't remember. Does Latvia always send a team to the American Nations?
Not always. I think 2018 we didn't send. 22 they did. They went, I think.
Yeah.
Or,
would you have been hurt? No. 2022 was we went famous in 22 with our Husky interviews.
Yeah.
So
yes.
maybe you just.
I didn't go.
Just because you.
I remember because. Not always, because it's generally quite expensive to go.
Yeah.
And even this year, we were talking federation, everyone, and we said, okay, it takes a lot of budget from the federation, and generally it has to come over here. And if you couldn't pull the best team together, then we would pull out, because it's just logical. It's a lot of money. So yeah, we had, I think, the best team we could could have this year or even like in the past years. So we have a really strong team, and yeah, it's nice to be here, and it's nice that the federation could pull the budget together.
Let's be honest, like this team is really good, but it's only going to get better as the racialist.
It's difficult for you, you know? Racialist.
Yeah, racialist.
Yeah, it's good. Yes.
As the racialist, I just forget it. It's hard to remember.
Yeah, it's difficult.
As the racialist brothers get older, more experienced, this team's going to go from strength to strength. So great now, but next year, the year after, like I'm thinking Latvia, big podium guys.
Yeah, sure. Podium and win. You know, that's always
okay, I didn't say win. Sure.
No.
Honestly,
you know, like let's be realistic. You know, like the podiums, like there's some big nations, so it's really it's just generally really tough. But I think in the future we're gonna have a stronger and stronger team. Even like with racialist brothers, or you see there's coming some younger generation like EMX 125. Kupulin did well this year, so there's still some really strong talents coming up. So I think in the future, generally, even if one of us from this year's team is missing, we can have a good backup.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's say maybe not podium team, but top 5 team in the future. I think it's quite realistic.
Okay, so now we've got a lot to talk about. Not done an interview in 2 years, so here we go.
So where we start?
We're forgetting last year. We're starting this year.
Okay, let's do it.
Kawasaki in Europe, Sua, Evans, Ben. The second seat has been a little bit cursed.
Yeah.
When you got here, were you surprised at how easy it was? Like, did you expect it to be a bigger challenge? Like, did those horror stories from the past kind of like, I don't know, play on your mind a little bit?
No, not really, because, you know, like, they're different riders. Like you said, okay, the second rider cursed in the Kawasaki in the past. Maybe my year generally, when you look in a bigger picture, wasn't the most successful one, but
it was solid, I think.
But it was solid, you know, like especially before the injuries, I started coming strong, doing some good results, good speed, but then injuries just threw me off, and it's difficult when you're out for a while to jump back in a field. So it was not easy, but like with the team, with the bike, I was really happy. You know, like from the first day when I went on a bike. It was funny, you know, because I heard in the past, like Jeremy said, like, oh, it's you cannot turn the bike, it turns like a boat. But
everyone heard him say.
Yeah, so everyone heard that. But the first time I went on a bike, I said, like, it turns too good. So actually, we had to go the opposite way to make it turn less good for me. So yeah, it was just different, and you know, like there are many different riding styles, and I think I'm not that picky of a rider of the bike. I just want to have a power, and I just want to have my rear low, and that's all I ask from the bike.
Well, you say you're not that picky a rider. Let's go back to 2022 again.
Yeah, okay.
That was an emotional year.
Yeah, it was emotional. Yeah, it was a tough year, but
let's not actually.
Yeah, but let's forget about it. Let's forget about it.
I was going to say a very funny line that you said in Spain, but you got in trouble for it. So maybe if I say it again, I don't know if they can still get you in trouble. Or
probably not, but let's not go back there.
It would be quite funny. So with this bike, this season, what was the hardest thing to kind of make suit you? Engine, suspension?
I think like the biggest thing was for this year they changed the regulations with the noise limit. So that was the hardest thing to adapt. Because I'm the rider who likes to have power, and for sure when you reduce the noise, it also reduces the power a bit. So that was the hardest thing to sort out and to adapt. Because like before then, I was really happy. So we're still working on it to make some small changes. We're gonna do some testing after the nations when we go back to Europe, just to do some work before the next season.
Yeah, so you'll stay in a Kawasaki then?
I didn't say that.
So you're just testing for fun?
I'm just testing for fun, you know. Like I have a contract till end of the year, so
you just love it.
I don't know if I can say it, but yeah.
Well, I think we figured it out.
Yeah, I think you figured it out. Sorry, sorry. I thought I don't get trouble with this.
It's just how interviews always lead to trouble.
Oh yeah.
This is why I had to leave.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So maybe after the nations, I'm gonna call to you to get a work somewhere.
So a solid year, like we said. Full belief that you can get back on the top of the podium with a solid off season and some momentum?
Yeah. That's, you know, like if I wouldn't believe that, I wouldn't be racing. You know, because I'm not the guy who's happy with like top 5, top 7 finishes. You know, like of course I understand like the top 3s are not easy. You know, like there are some really good guys out there. But even like this year, for example, like China, the first motor I was riding P4. And I was actually feeling pretty terrible. Like I was not happy with how I was riding, but I was like P4, so it's decent, but still I know that I'm capable of much more.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to talk about. Anything we missed this year? Anything good? You don't really get to do many interviews. So
No, not at all. Like I
what-
think this is the first interview I do this year.
It's-
I know I did one, I think after Turkey with the Cult Moto guys. They started also, I think, the post-race podcasts.
Well, you only have eyes for me. We're exclusive now.
Yeah. So,
Please.
so I think that was the only interview though, because like generally when you see like the MXG paddock with the media is quite dead.
Yeah.
Like
It's-
okay, you have some reels, some movies and stuff, but like the media, like there's not so much. Like since you left, like nobody's talking about it almost.
Well,
I think you're even like when you are in US, but you still make better publicity for the GPs than the rest of the guys there.
yeah, like if I didn't still talk to all you guys,
Yeah,
then I don't like because I
there would be
I
nothing.
still say stuff because I talk to all you people.
yeah, because like if I want to know something, I just text you because you still know everything.
yeah, and like I honestly think that I know more about what goes on in MXGP now than I did when I was there.
Yeah, and I think you know more about the MXGP than anyone in the MXGP paddock.
I'll come back.
No, but it's true.
If I get a really good offer from David or Dan,
Yes.
if I get really good offer, he wants me, I'll
Yeah.
come back and I'll save
I
it.
think it will be worth it. It will be worth it because like nowadays the media is so big, and if you can make like because MXGP generally like the racing is good.
Yeah.
It's like a really good series.
And it's really
But this-
interesting as well.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like you got Renaux on a 22 frame. You
Yeah.
got, you know, there's
but
a
no
lot
one is
going
talking
on.
about it. No
Yeah.
one is talking about it. Like there are so many great stories, but no one is talking about it. So like it just with the good media and good publicity, you could help grow it like really good.
Yeah, well, you don't even need good media. It just has no media.
No, that's the thing.
Even
like
bad media would be
exactly
an improvement.
because for me, like when I go on a Twitter or an X nowadays, like it's just like when I go on the For You page, it's just mostly like I get some like shit journalists from US like
Yeah.
just popping out all the time talking about the outdoors or supercross,
Yeah.
you know, and they're not even like a media, but then you know everything about it.
But
like-
it hurts you as well because you can't go to sponsors and be like, oh, I'm doing this publicity, this, you know,
Yeah.
like you could make more money if the media was
Yeah,
helping you.
Sure. Okay, maybe as us as riders, we can also do better from that side. But
That's
like,
what if I could come back, this would be what I would do. I want to help MXGP,
yeah,
and I'd love to like make a rider thing where we all
yeah.
Flying.
Because if you
I
all
don't know.
work together, we can grow it good. But like everyone has to work together. Like in front, the riders, the media, and I think then you can grow the sport big time. Like for example, when you see the like F1 or MotoGP or even like in US now with the super motocross, it has grown so much.
Yeah.
It's crazy, you know, like you see how much publicity and how much people are talking about it.
Last question. You can no comment this, and we'll move on. Spoken to the Kawasaki America guys about how different your bike is to Prado's? Any insight on that? How?
No.
Okay, let's do it this way. How like full factory is your bike? Like, is there some stuff on there that's just crazy exotic, or is it fairly?
No, like you know, like I always hear in the US media they talk about like in GPs they use one frame on a hardback, other frame on a sand. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, no one does that, do
No
they?
one does that.
Every-
no one
so-
ever does that.
I've said this to so many people in America,
like,
and they're all like, "No, you're wrong. You're wrong."
No, come on. It's like completely different feel. We even don't change the swing arm length, like even when they change the chain length
Yeah.
from the sand to hardback just to keep the same feel.
Yeah.
You just change the fork line, the suspension settings, and that's it. You just go racing. But yeah, our bike is quite trick. Like okay, there is the frame is actually stock frame, but there's some quite factory parts on it.
Okay.
It's quite factory. Like also for me, like when I first came there, like some things what they have to do is like wow, that's cool.
Okay.
It's sometimes too much.
More factory than like KTM and stuff, like
Yeah.
like more special stuff.
Yes.
Well,
Like
he loves that, doesn't he?
yeah, but it's really special. Like this is like a real factory bike. Like we have like also like the connection with Japan and the stuff we can do with like calculations and all the things we need testing and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like for me they don't tell so much. Yeah, they tell to me everything after, but it's just like you can see before we test, they already know more or less what the bike is gonna do. You know, like because they have so good calculations and stuff. So yeah. It's
Does
quite
that make
interesting.
testing more difficult for you though? Like too many options, too much information?
No, to be honest, not because you know, like from the Japan side, they like for example, I tested in January, and they don't want to change too much during the season because that's what you
Yeah.
choose at that moment, and you just go with it to get used to it and just change some small things, but nothing crazy. That's why this test after the season is gonna be a little bit bigger one because during the season we collected the data, what I want to change and what I want to try, and that we're gonna do after the season. But it's pretty crazy actually because Like when I came in the team, I was with Antti in a Husqvarna days.
Yeah.
But the team is like day and night different. Like everything is so much bigger, so much more professional. Let's say, it's quite impressive.
Okay, let's do this as the last question. Antti now compared to Antti in the Husqvarna days, is it even recognizable? Like
No.
a completely different team?
It's like a day and night. You know, like Antti back in the days. If he could do everything, he would do everything alone. He would be the race mechanic, practice mechanic, team manager, trainer. I think now the team has grown so much. There are so many people, so many employees, that he just have to let things go a bit. And like he's great at his job. Like for a rider, like for me, he's incredible. He does even more that you could wish for or ask for. Like sometimes he just like, oh yeah, normally I do book the tickets, the flights. I already booked for you, so hotel you have there, you have this, you have this. I was like, oh, thank you, Antti. It's like, it's quite incredible. He's a really good team manager.
Final question. Spoken to Kimi at all this year?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, Antti was FaceTiming him when he did the burnout in Australia on Romain's bike.
Does Kimi know who you are?
Yeah, I met him when I was still in the Husky days, so I met him, yes.
I know he does call sometimes. Like Ben spoke to him once, I know. Like.
Yeah, like I haven't spoken on the phone like this year, but like when he has one, yeah, I spoke to him when I was in Husky times. I met him in the workshop once, so.
Okay, we're done. This was amazing. This has made me want to go back to Europe. Let's not leave it 2 years.
Yeah.
Maybe we can, even if I'm here, maybe we can do something.
Yeah, sure.
Like
because
a monthly podcast or something.
Yeah, I think that's cool because like you have a good connection with many GP guys, you know, and I think it's quite interesting also for American fans to hear our perspective and because like we follow everything, we follow the US racing, we know, I think even more about US racing than sometimes they do the GPs.